Stand up people, this is the one and only Swing, and I rep that.
Yo, in two minds, man. Look at this shit. Fucking the yards, everything. I don't want to fucking leave this shit to go back to the ends. Can't. Too nice, all this greenery and shit. Little ones playing on the scooters, jamming. Got flats in sight. No offense, I was grown in the flats, so I can say that shit. Look at all this greenery, man. All this oxygen. All these nice things. I'm in two minds, man. The ends is cooling, but the same token, hard to leave all these things there.
Because remember, to get up this way, you have to go around the one-way system.
Oh yeah. Damn flies.
I think it's charged up.
It's about to turn on. What's the charged up? Brickstonia. We'll get out and get some of the locals. Remember that KFC, man? Before it was even here.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. And that McDonald's as well. We used to have to go up there first, Dad and Sandra. When we was in Moston Roads. Remember there's a little pool road that we used to have. I'm gonna try to go in there, get a little interviews for the site. Get some footage. Can only say no. It's up Deptford Market. I mean Brixton Market even. I know I did. Just left Blacker Dreads and a hat shop and one other shop and food thing. Got more footage, man. It's on the high roads. Look at me like I can't walk with a rascal camera.
Platinum tears.
Platinum tears. It's not for the trustees, it's not for the weak-hearted. We're going to try and talk to as many people as possible, so stay with us. I'm ready. Alright, we're here at the Chocs, it's the MMA night. Dave, wonderful job tonight, sir.
Thank you very much, young lady.
So you enjoy it?
I love mixed martial arts. I love this bling, the R&B, the disco. I love it all, trust me.
So how long have you been doing this?
MMA for me has been a lifetime, but I've been doing this the last 10 years. I've been fighting for like 35 years, entertaining, that's what it's all about. It's not just about putting on fights, it's about entertaining, making the crowd love this times. So, see, I mean, look at the ladies, look at the way you dress. This is not boxing, this is
so from when you started to now, how do you feel the progression has been?
Well, you know what, the hardest thing for me was getting mainstream press, Daily Star, the sport, music world, radio. Now, if you look at today, I think our press is over 100. We had TVs, documentaries, films, they're all killing up because it's the next big thing. If you people don't know, do it for a shock. This is going to blow up. Trust me, this year is going to blow up.
This shit got my mean argument. Bottom line, clean up the mess. Beat up my chest, motherfuckers no jeans, beat up the best.
And there's a lot of women. A lot of women!
Listen, tell you, women, like, when you look at the girls around, they ain't just dressed up in jeans, they are having it large, they are dresses, boobs hanging out, you name it, they're here to impress everybody. And I, trust me, I love it. When you see the girls, they're enjoying it, they're cheering just as much as the men. They're on top of the chairs, screaming, shouting, because you know what, it's a real great entertainment night. It's not just about fighting, it's a great one.
So can you explain to everyone the rules of MMA? For someone like me that
Really basic rules is you cannot kick a guy, when he's down on the floor you can't kick him in the head, but most rules apply. You can't kick him in the groin, you can't you can't poke him in the eye, but literally every other rule is fine. Don't worry about that crowd, I'll shout a bit louder. What it is, it's the most real fight you'll ever get. You know, as a martial artist years ago, I was always like, I want to test myself. This is the biggest test you'll ever get. You know, two men, top combat going in. It's alright going to, people go, oh, I'm a hard guy, this is a hard this. It's one punch, the guy's over, it's a drunk in the street. This is a true test. Two warriors are in the cage. When they do battle, you know they're both matched right and they're doing it for you and the fans. They put their heart. When you look at them guys, they don't want to tap someone.
how much training would you say they would have to do per week?
Some of the top guys are doing 3 times a day, 6 days a week. Jimmy, I followed Jimmy around he was training 6 days a week, 3 times a day. In the morning he was doing his cardio, afternoon he was doing his conditioning, then he was doing his grappling and his striking. Some of them guys got their heart and soul into it. Other guys, like this Mark Carlin, this documentary guy, he's going to train and get in the cage September the 18th after 12 weeks.
Wow.
Different level altogether. So it proves you can do it. Proves that any one of these guys can jump up, shirt off, have it in the cage.
Right, it's all about me then, well, not the shirt.
Listen love, I ain't going to lie to you. This girl's busted! Listen, we're going to have a big girl fight December the 4th. It'll be a massive girl fight. We've got a documentary team here tonight who's following the girls round. 2 girls are going to prop up. We done girl fights before, but this one will be documented. It's going to be really cool.
Dave, we thank you so much.
Listen, Bus, I thank you so much. And I love to see good women in the cage.
Poster boy Jimmy, you done know. Kettles Jim, Team 187, Nova Forcer, Fisher Rat, Big Bad Hollow Man. Yeah. Niggas hate Jim, I'm like fuck it, bring it to the battlefield or the fucking cage. Big left hook, fucking great.
So here he comes to the cage, the ultimate challenge, poster boy himself, Jimmy Manure, and you can see why Pierre, he's got the looks, he's got the physique, he's got the perfect record. The man can bang, the man can submit. In that respect, he's got everything going for him.
Here's what I'll say. This guy is a promoter's, I mean, it's a fantasy. Look at him, he's the complete package. This guy sells. Not only does he look buff and got a 1,000-watt smile, but he also bangs.
Now, Rob, you were on a poster once. Did they ever catch you?
Not quite like Jimmy. Now, the thing about Jimmy that any fighter has to watch for is that hook. It comes from nowhere, and I'm telling you, he puts out people in the third row here at the cage.
That's right, that left hook. He throws it from hell, and boy, when it lands, you're going to sleep. There's no ifs or buts. We've seen him stop several opponents with that hand. But what got me most, again, falling back to that word, evolution. Jimmy Manuwa has evolved with the school. He came in as a, if you like, a one-trick pony. Everybody was very aware of his left hand, but now he's about so much more.
So the atmosphere really has cranked up to maximum here. The ultimate challenge, invincible. Now at the moment, both these men have proved invincible, but one of them has got to give tonight, and I think that's what's got the crowd here on their feet. And I don't know whether it's me or Jimmy Manuwa, but all of a sudden there's a lot of women around. I'd like to think it's me, but it's probably Jimmy, to be honest.
That's right, the crowd on their feet for this, the main event here at ucmma.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is sponsored by the Daily Star, and this bout is for the Ultimate Challenge Light Heavyweight title. And this bout is one of the most anticipated UK MMA bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your fighter in the red corner. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He has a perfect MMA record of 8 wins and no losses. Representing Team Sure Grip, ladies and gentlemen, Valentino Petrescu. And now welcome his opponent in the blue corner. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. Also sporting a perfect 8-0 record. He is fighting out of Kettle's Gym and Nova Forza. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy, the poster boy, Manuwa.
Here we come, guys. Okay, you've been here before, you know the score. Any questions for me? Protect yourselves at all times, listen to my words of command at all times. If I say stop, you stop. Now touch gloves, get ready for war.
So guys, with respect to their records, you've got two very relaxed men there, because why shouldn't they be? They're used to winning, they're experienced, they're top pros.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But I just want to make a point also. This fight was actually tapped on Sherdog as one of the fights to watch for this weekend. Now we're talking about international appeal with this fight here.
That's right, Rob. I know this is one you've been really looking forward to. As we said, this has been a non-starter a couple of times, hasn't it?
That's right, it has, but right now the bell's tolled and it's underway. Straight away, left and right from Jimmy Manuwa. Gives Valentino something to think about.
Now here's the thing, I think that Valentino's going to be the quicker of the two, whereas Manuwa will be the more powerful. Nice right round kick by Valentino.
Dangerous inside left hook by Manuwa.
And as you said, Pierre, nice sharp boxing at the moment from Valentino, and a nice leg kick as well. Just misses with that one.
That's a very good move. Let's work on the mobility of Manuwa. However, let's also lean away from the kick. Don't stand up like a telephone pole, because Manuwa may try to check that chin.
Both guys very attentive at the moment. Good knee to the body from Jimmy Manuwa. Half plumb clinch from Petrescu. Gets his arms up inside. Good right hand over the top. Good knee.
Sorry, very strong knee by Manuwa. Both guys jockeying for that position. Petrescu opts to get out. touch of hands.
Show mutual respect between the two men.
But they both planted their feet early as well. Everything being thrown at the moment is heavy.
Now, Petrescu has been able to land with those inside and outside leg kicks. But again, he wants to throw those. Nice clinch work from Manoa. Strong knees straight up the middle. And again, he launches that again.
Rob, those strong knees, that's the kettle influence there shining through.
Without a doubt, and you can see the technique in them, they're beautiful. The plum clinch is in tight and he launches it. Good left hook, just glances Valentino. Valentino dirty boxing inside. Big knee from Manoa.
Now look, he postured up for an elbow. Look. However, he opts to throw a punch instead. Now, I'll tell you what, in the clinch, Manoa looks the strong of the two. He's really working that right knee straight up to the abdomen.
On the outside, though, guys, I like the variety of Petrescu's work when he has got that range.
And he's always been like that. He's able, now big elbow to the side of the jaw of Petrescu by Manoa.
Both these guys showing some great stand-up technique.
And guys, Petrescu is a technician. He buries everything up solid, right round by Manoa to the lead leg of Petrescu.
Yeah, a solid jab there, though, from Jimmy as well. But Rob, there looks like no sign at the moment of this going to ground. They're both happy they're standing and trading.
That's right, both guys just comfortable keeping it upright, trading with the dirty boxing. Plum clinch again for Jimmy Manoa as he looks to set those knees in. Petrescu happy to box inside, dirty boxing with the uppercuts, but they are huge knees.
Petrescu is going to have to break for the clinch. I'd want him to stay on the outside because Manoa's already proven that he's getting the better of it. Wow, and he just got rocked, straight hands, straight back into the clinch by Manoa, and he's just killing those knees right now.
Big left uppercut from Manoa, the left hook landed. It cut Petrescu, he's out. Jimmy Manoa, champion, reigning champion, 9-0 and 0.
You were platinum tears, cool. And the fight that everyone was waiting to see.
Yeah.
You're not, are you? No, I heard that. How you doing, sir?
I'm alright, thanks.
And how do you feel about it? How are you pleased with it?
I'm pissed because I've got brains on my head.
No, he's flawless. Guys, if you saw that fight earlier.
Really, he's a great fighter. I trained really hard for this fight. And, you know what you are. Yeah, he's like, I think he's like number 1 or 2 in Britain, apart from me, because he's knocked out the number 1 in Britain. And let's move you up, Jimmy. Yeah,
Jimmy, I'm champion, Jimmy.
Trained hard.
Are you for the brandy, right?
No.
So how many months have you changed?
Well, after my last fight, I made a note. I didn't stop training. I took a couple of days off here and there. I just been my longest training camp.
Can I just say, these two have just fought some. Look at their faces. Can we do some close-ups? Not up.
Elevation. You don't go into fights and like Jimmy. I watch his style. It's kind of not similar to me, but it's all about why would you want to go toe to toe. You don't fight toe to toe. You fight to get the victory. You fight to overwhelm your opponent, and that's how Jimmy fights, and that's the way you're supposed to do it. You know, if you're in a bad position, you just wrap the guy up.
You saw that.
Jimmy done it.
Now then, we're talking about the mental space that you need to get into. We saw you definitely in that mental space.
It's kill or be killed. Lion is first.
I just knew.
I don't know what it is, but when I'm getting out, it's like I can't be defeated. Yeah, that's how I think. I just think it's any way to win. If I see him walk out, it's just a matter of beating him. He can't beat me, it's just how I'm going to beat him. And I just got to wait for the right moment. That's it.
So one gives your intro.
Number one hip hop rapper. His music inspires me, his music makes me go hard. I was playing the tune before I come out to gas myself up, playing it when I woke up this morning, play it when I train and everything, so it's all good.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
You're back in September, what's your next fight?
I'll leave that to my manager to sort out when and where we go, but what going forward.
Trust me, I believe you.
Thank you.
Alright.
UK's light heavyweight champion Jimmy, the poster boy. Trust me, going far.
Cool. How Alright, Champagne J, you were platinum tears and I love this business. How you doing?
I'm very well, Champagne. Nice to be here on Platinum Tears. So you're down at the Ultimate Challenge?
First time for me.
Okay. How you finding it? No. It's not violence, it's controlled aggression, it's sport.
I see blood. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how many years has it been the first time it's been here?
No, it's been coming to Troxy now for probably about 2 years. It's been coming to this particular venue. We've been at Wembley Arena, we've been at Wembley Conference Centre, we've been at Earls Court, so it moves around quite a bit.
And would you say there's a developing interest?
MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world. It's the #1 sport at the moment. Everyone's clocking onto it. So yeah, I mean, it's getting huge. A lot of people are training MMA and a lot of people are now partaking in the actual events. Yeah, it's the sport of the future. Nah, do you know what? I've left him at home today, but I've got my oldest son, he does a bit of training, so maybe.
Okay, and how many fights have we got?
About 12. About 12 fights. So it's a great place. Jimmy Minua, the poster boy, definitely going Jimmy. I mean, they're both undefeated, so Petrescu's, he's no mug, but I think the poster boy is going to do the business.
Okay, so MMA is a really good way to train as well. Maybe you're on a fight, you want to get fit. How does one get into it?
You know what? There are a lot of thanks, man. There's a lot of websites that you can go on. Go to ucmma.com. You can check it out there. On the Facebook, Triple Threat Media, all one word. I do classes as well. So there's lots of different avenues.
Ladies, did you hear that? He does classes.
With Gil's boxing gym, so yeah, go down there and check it out. And can I just do a quick plug? Alright, check out YouTube, The Naked Poet. It's a film that I've just finished, that I've just wrapped on.
I posted that on my Twitter.
Oh, you did?
Because you must know a guy who's a Canadian film, and he put it on the BBS. Was that Harvey was in that one? Was it?
Yeah, Harvey's in that one, that's right. I played the lead in that. I've cut the hair now. I've cut the hair.
Sorry. I said to her, that guy was familiar. Where's the hair?
I've cut the hair now. It was only for the film. The hair was just for the film.
And we see you almost naked. He's naked! You know, ladies, he's naked!
So yeah, check it out.
And it looks amazing.
Stuff. So YouTube, The Naked Poet. Go and check it out, see what you think. Leave a nice comment if you want.
Well, he's a trainer, an actor, lovely guy, ladies. Thank you very much for being here.
Oh, welcome.
Did you
Yeah, I'm fighting the next one.
Are you?
Yeah, Jay. So yeah, I'm back in there, bro. Back in there. So yeah. So come down. I think September the 18th. Troxy, come down and support your boy.
All right, Platinum Tears. You heard it first. Platinum Tears, please.
Platinum Tears.
Yeah, guys, you've been here before, you know the score. Any questions for me? Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to what I'm saying at all times. If I tell you to stop, you stop. Touch gloves, let's get ready for war.
So on paper, guys, this is an incredible matchup. Edelson Lure versus Jermaine Facey. Two of the most talented fighters on the circuit at the moment meeting. And I think it's that exuberance of Facey versus that strength of Lure that's got me so excited.
This fight is going to have, that was a little bit interesting. Touch of gloves and a high kick from Jermaine Facey. But it just shakes it off, and I don't think there was a lot behind that anyway. It's just kind of, hey, I'm here.
That's right. Just letting Lure know he's going to be in a fight.
But this fight has to have reverberations throughout the welterweight category here in the UK.
It does indeed, Pierre, and it's Jermaine Facey trying to set the pace. But Rob, we've seen so many times before, Edelson Lure, he starts slow, he's durable, he builds into the fight. And when you think you're on top of him is when he's at most dangerous. He is so strong and durable.
That's right, he's almost like a traditional Muay Thai fighter in that he does build. He slowly gathers momentum, and right now looking to gather the takedown on Jermaine Facey.
But when Edelson fought John McGuire out of my camp, John McGuire actually said to me, hey, I was really surprised at how strong and how technically good he was on the ground. And look for him to try to, impose that same type of game here tonight on Facey.
I think, Rob, that's right, what Pierre's saying, that I think Edge really wants to test Jermaine on the floor and see if he can make that strength pay.
There's a good takedown by Edge. Got Jermaine to the floor. Jermaine on his back at the moment. Edge trying to adjust for position. Half guard. Jermaine Facey trying to scoop his way out, find his way back to his feet.
Now that was a beautiful little piece of work right there. Facey tried to post off on that hand to wall crawl. Edgelson put his knee on it and made sure that didn't happen, therefore keeping his opponent on the ground. These guys are here. And again, Edgelson now has full mount. However, Facey is determined to get back to his feet.
That's right, needs to be careful. Reversal, and Facey takes top position right above where we're sat.
Now Jermaine Facey passes the leg, goes to half guard of Edgelson. Edgelson looking to scoop back in and do a takedown of his own from that on the knees position. However, Facey, that was just brute strength right there.
That was fulsome power. Facey working on the throat, trying to get the choke.
It's not in fully yet, Rob, but it's difficult for Edson Lua. I think he's going to pop out now. But this is a real test of strength as much as anything, isn't it, guys, here?
Yeah, without a doubt. And Edgelson again moves right back into full mount. However, he opts to go possible side. He's working transition. However, Facey, that's twice Facey has reversed it. Very, very effective with those reverses. And he's using the length of that body to hip up to the ceiling and to drive a 45 angle onto his shoulder to reverse Edgelson.
Rob, we've talked of Edgelson's strength. Has Jermaine Facey surprised you here?
Kind of. I mean, I know he's got great technique and he's using it very, very well. What has surprised me is, as Pierre pointed out, his escapes. Doing a great job. Edgelson's putting him in some dangerous positions and Facey able to negotiate his way out of them.
Edgelson trying to bully his way back into that takedown. However, Facey has one underhook. He releases that, goes to the neck. And now Edgelson is trying to move out the side and put his Facey's back on the mat.
Very, very good fight. Both guys just trying to find the dominant position. Again, Facey trying to post up. Lua keeping hold of that single leg.
And Pierre, that's a good point Rob's made, the dominant position. Neither man's found it yet, have they? It's really been nip and tuck.
It's back and forth, jockeying for position. Now, Edgelson is going for that takedown off the single. Facey reached over and under to grab the between his crotch, basically. And however, saying that, Edgelson, oh wow, has taken Facey's back and immediately transitioned into that rear naked choke. This is very bad for Jermaine.
Rob, that was so slick by Edgelson.
That was a beautiful climb round. Facey in trouble. Lua flattening him out. Facey trying to defend, trying to keep a lock on that arm. Lua putting all his strength and energy. You can see the grimace in Lua's face, trying to reef that on. Jermaine Facey's eyes bulging. He's trying to turn his way out, showing resilience, but how long can you hold a rear naked choke out for? Eggleston Lua forcing the pressure on. Jermaine Facey in trouble. Facey still showing phenomenal resilience. It's only got to be a matter of time, surely.
Yeah, surely he can't hold out here.
Facey's still holding out, fighting back and comes through. Wow!
Guys, where was he breathing from? I have no idea. Where was this guy breathing from?
Never before have I seen somebody hold a rear naked choke without putting an arm or a hand or something in and fighting their way out.
We're also taking a rear naked choke from one of the most powerful welterweights in the world.
Wow.
Okay, guys, two things. Jermaine Facey showed huge heart. Made an inescapable escape, if that makes sense. Now look here, setting up. You have Edgelson closing down the distance off the punches. Jermaine Facey coming in, pushing him up against cage, and with those long legs trying to make that connection on the chin of Edgelson.
That's
guys,
right.
I'm sorry, let's go back to that choke attempt.
Guys, we're seeing these replays, but it's hard to focus on this after what we've just seen. You're talking a hugely powerful welterweight with the choke on, and he didn't tap.
Look at the replay here. This was sunk in. This is sank and sunk.
No ifs or buts. You can clearly see Ed even manages to flatten him out. He just unbelievable resilience by Jermaine Facey. What do you say, 20 seconds? Maybe even 30 seconds?
Has he got secret gills, do you think?
I have no idea, but now...
Is he a fish man?
But let's talk about Edgelson. That was a huge dump of cardio and energy right there. Will that translate here in the second round? Will the work rate from Edgelson slow down? He's taking a couple deep breaths as the camera's panned on him right now. This is going to be very, very interesting to see what that took out of him there in the last 30 seconds.
In real terms, though, with that choke so firmly on, has Edgelson taken the first round? Forgetting everything else, are we 1-0 up for Edgelson Lua?
I would say yes.
Well, you saw at the end of that first round, unbelievable stuff. What more is to come in the second? And I notice this time Edgelson doesn't go to touch gloves, that's for sure.
Also, now look at this here. Edgelson is throwing short punches, whereas Jermaine Facey's fully extending on his punches.
That's right, trying to work in those knees as well. Spinning back kick, doesn't connect.
Yeah, just a little too much so Edgelson could see it. Too cute for that. But I think he'll want to test Jermaine's resolve again on the floor. I'm certain of it.
Good leg trip here. He's going to suck it up with a double leg, maybe even take his back. However, you see that Jermaine Facey has the far side whizzer, which is going to prevent that. However, he may get put on his back if Edgelson can pull that left arm post out.
That's right, Edge.
Right arm post.
Edge trying to climb his way round to the back at the moment.
He's going for that throat again, Rob. I think he's really going to test Jermaine's resolve early in this second round.
I think you're right. I think he wants that rear naked choke, but there's blood on somebody. I'm not sure who's bleeding, but somebody down there at the moment
the eye,
is bleeding.
I think, of Jermaine Facey. It's the back of the head of Edgelson, but I think it's from the left eye of Jermaine Facey.
You can see Facey defending there, stopping Edge from getting his arms in and around the neck. Edge stepping right over to get Facey back, but Facey turns, fires a couple of good shots, tries to take Edge's back, doesn't get it. Edge defends well with his arm back to ground.
Now, Edgelson has done very well to, close that distance. He's smothered Facey every single time that Facey has tried to mount any type of offense. Very good work from him. However, I'm still very impressed with that escape by Facey. Jeez.
Well, the bottom line is, Pierre, this fight's living up to expectations. It really is. There's a lot of blood, Rob. It's not from the left eye of Jermaine Facey. I don't know where it's from at the moment, but it's certainly not the left eye of Jermaine Facey. It might be Edgelson that is bleeding.
Right now, Edge, top position, trying to stretch Jermaine Facey out. Very difficult to see where that blood is coming from. I'm just trying to see if we can locate the cut that's causing so much blood.
But here's the thing, talking about fighting conditions, when blood comes into play, just like sweat, makes it very, very slick. Now, what Malcolm is trying to point out here on the actual screen is that he thinks it's from Edgelson's top of the head. So this may get called for, not a ref stoppage, but definitely want to take a look at that in between rounds.
There's a lot of blood coming out, and I feel it may be a concern.
Top of that head, Rob, isn't it? If you look at it, that's where it seems to be coming from, guys. There's a lot of it still coming. But I mean, if it is from there, it's a good position to have it, but it does seem to, as Pierre said, to be bleeding quite freely now.
It's also making the surface quite slippery, I would imagine, for those guys in there.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I said, with fighting conditions, it's not what you would hope for because it makes everything slick. Guys, that's the second or third time that Jermaine Facey has reversed Edgelson Lua, and now he's really concentrating on that ground and pound from the top side position. He's throwing them shots, elbows into the ribs, and he's really, really making it hard work for Edgelson.
That's right, Jermaine in a top position now, sprawled out well, chopping away to the body of Lua as Lua looks to take that single leg, driving forward on it.
Now look at Edgelson. Edgelson reached through the legs, far side ankle pick. Beautiful work on the takedown attempt. Now, Jermaine Facey with a guillotine attempt here. However, Edgelson has the arm in, so it's going to make it very hard to make that connection.
But either way, Rob, the energy these men are expending is phenomenal.
It certainly is. Edge just stretched himself across the body of Facey there, looked to go to mount, then moves across the body to the other side. Good work by Edge at the moment, top position.
Now here's the thing, Jermaine has reversed his way out 2 to 3 times, correct? However, Edgelson has each time ended up back up in the dominant or top position, whether it be full mount or side mount. Sooner or later, that's going to wear on Facey because he's using a lot of explosiveness to get out of these bad positions.
That's right, a lot of cardio to expend on those escapes. But right now, both guys just seem to be almost catching their breath as Edge tries to tie up the arm of Jermaine Facey.
And this is the thing with Edge, Pierre. He's relentless. He really is like a machine. His cardio, his strength, he just keeps coming. We've seen him take incredible punishment and still come back. Now he just seems, the momentum always seems to be with him.
Oh, without a doubt. And Look at that. That was an escape with the use of the legs. And now Facey finds himself in the dominant position. Edgerson has to be careful that he doesn't give off his back. And Jermaine Facey is letting all guns blaze here in the second.
And you can hear the crowd right behind Facey as he chops and chops. 10 seconds left in the round, guys, and it's over!
Oh my goodness!
Jermaine Facey wins!
Jermaine Facey!
Beautiful win for Jermaine Facey. Great work.
What an upset by Jermaine Facey.
Jermaine the Pain Faces in the house. Thank you, sir.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah?
You guys saw that fight. It was
Electrifying. Yeah? Wow, I wish I saw it. I felt it, but I wish I saw it. I tell you that.
So how long have you been doing MMA for?
I've been doing MMA for about 5 years. I stopped playing football and I got into MMA. One of my friends introduced me to the sport and what it was a hall, mats, and 25 to 30 men rolling around, choking each other around and rolling, you know, getting sweaty. And I loved it. I loved it.
So who was Jermaine 5 years ago before when you first started fighting?
I'm the guy who I went, 5 years ago I was the same guy who I am now, except for I'm just doing a different sport. You know, I'm a manager, I run a sports centre, I'm a manager, like a general manager, I run a sports centre. But before I was a manager, I was always dealing with children and kids and doing youth clubs and then talking about crime prevention, bullying, you know, showing respect to your elders, some old school stuff that we grow up with, and it's been lost on the way, you know, it's been lost to some of these kids. So, you know, I'm just a normal old guy, normal old Jermaine Payne Facey.
I mean, the crowd definitely loves it.
I've got a big following, I have, and I appreciate every last one of them who's paying from £25 down to the £150. They're all the same to me, man. I love all of them. You know?
And your intro?
Yeah.
Tell us about your intro.
My boy JMC, IE, JMC. Yeah, he did my intro for me, you know. I was introduced to the guy and he walked me in with one of his tracks that he done, and it was beautiful, it was wonderful track. And then he goes, yeah, I'm gonna do your track. I said, you know what, brother, you know how I feel, you know what it is, just go and do it and bring it back. The guy, boom, sorted it out, brought it back, played it, love it. I love it. That's why he created Mr. Payne. He created Mr. Payne, and no, I don't really have nicknames and stuff like that, but you know that's stuff and everyone uses that now, so it's good. Go to him. I love it. JMC is the man. Trust me. Check him out on YouTube and on his website. JMC is big. JMC is big. Okay. Yeah. What was you saying?
Particularly the strength, the mental it takes to do it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Do you think then, saying that, someone could just come to the street?
I came off the street, did it? So, but I didn't come off the street and jump to the cage. I came off the street and I understood the role of what it is and what it's all about, and I had to learn the basics and learn about the sport. And you can't, anyone can come off the street and do it, trust me.
So how your preparation for a fight?
Yeah.
How many fights do you have in a year?
You know what, if I'm not injured, I'll fight every week. I'll fight once a week. Solid fight. Just like I'll fight every week. If I'm not injured, I'll fight every week. But you know, it doesn't happen like that. There's a lot of journeymen out there who go from show to show, lose, but he will fight next week. There's a guy I know, I'm not going to say his name, but
say his name.
I'm not. But every show I go, I can't do that. I can't. But every show I go to Bristol, I go to Scotland, then I go to Spain. The guy's there. Win, lose or draw, the guy's fighting. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's strong.
Right. So some guys fight every week. You would fight every week. But the preparation.
I would say the best. You know, it's good to have about 6 to 8 weeks preparation time to train. You know. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. Yeah. Thank you ever so much for coming. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. But people, man, people, they pay their money, so I've got to show love, man. But yeah, preparation. You know, you really got to do. You got to have it. You got to do it. And it takes about 8 weeks. 8 weeks is a good time to have to do this stuff. Great.
And does this involve your diet? Obviously, it's the training and the mental.
Boy, I love food, you know. I love my food, and it's hard for me. It's hard. The last week I was eating like tuna, and that's it. I look at my bowl, I got tuna. I add a bit of pepper, some onion to make it look a bit different. It was hard. But you know, these are the things that you got to do to prepare and drop your weight to fight at the right level, you know. But it's all good.
So do you have a thought about no sex?
Boy, I tried, but I asked him this morning. Yeah, man, I don't believe in that stuff. It's all rumours.
Alright, so go down the street, he wants to meet you. He wants to put in your
I'm not saying to anyone who wants to ever do MMA, the first thing you got to be humble. You've got to be humble with not what you just do, with your life. Humble with what you do, how you carry yourself, how you speak in camera, how you greet and talk to anybody. You've got to be humble with yourself. You can't try and do this thing and try and be a superstar without even creating a following or a legacy of what you're trying to do. You know, you got to have a story to tell, and I'm still trying to tell my story. But you really got to be humble. You got to find a good camp, and you got to understand what it is. It's a very dangerous sport out here. You know, you can't just go in there. There's a lot of people going there and get bust up. I've had like 10 fights now. I'm still looking alright. I haven't really had a cut on my face. I started from the beginning. And I learned slowly. I'm coming.
His fans are waiting for him.
His fans are. Can we just see your medal?
Yeah, that's my medal there. I'm a challenge winner. Yeah. Cool. But what I got one thing to say. I talk to any people, any kids, all the kids. Alright, it's all about hands up and guns down. Yeah. Hands up and guns down. Hands up means do something good with your life, and guns down is all about looking after your life and everybody else's. Yeah, because you know time is short and you've got to do something on this planet before you go. Yeah?
Fight night, baby, MMA all day. What are you doing here?
I'm into fighting, hey. No promoting the violence. I mean organised fighting.
So how long have you been into MMA?
For a while now, you know what I mean? Like I've been into one, like obviously the British version, UFC. You know what I mean? All different kinds of fighting. You always see me putting up fights here and there, you know what I mean? Supporting people, you know what I mean?
Okay, that's a good look. So who are you rooting for today?
Today, I was just kind of like a free agent. It was kind of like a free experience. I never really had anyone that I know personally in there, so I was just there for the entertainment value, you know what I mean?
And I'll take it. A lot of the boys like that sort of thing, you know,
it's not really just the blood, you know, it's just people, I like to see people testing themselves. Whether that be in the classroom, whether that be in the studio, whether that be on a racetrack, whether that be in a ring. You know what I mean? I like to see people using their endurance, training themselves for a specific occasion and putting themselves to the test. And this is no exception. Yeah, man, it's a game of discipline, it's a game of strength, it's a game of patience, strategy. I mean, a lot of things go behind professional fighting.
So you feel like coming out making MMA out of
one of my big actors say, I'm not a fighter, I'm a love fighter. And I love all my fans and all my people there, you know what I mean? So I'm not really the fighting type, but I don't mind watching it. Not to say that anyone can just move to me anyhow, because it's not going to happen, you know what I mean?
Okay, to the music, what are you up to?
I'm working on a new album coming out next year, February. Got so much good stuff happening. Obviously, a lot of people, because they haven't seen me around with the Akon camp as well, they haven't seen me because I got signed to Akon's label, Public Music, in 2008. People are kind of like, where's Sway gone, what happened, you know what I mean? But like, it's been a situation of where the paperwork has to be right, the right record has to be produced, and the label have to get behind it properly. And I'm in a really good position right now because I've still got a cool fan base. I've got a lot of connections around the world. I've done stuff in Africa, America, and the UK, and now it's time to really bring all of the work that I've done in the last 2 years and bring that to the forefront. So I ain't been sleeping, I've been working hard. And yeah, I cut my hair, but I'm not Samson. So
Can
I'm
I
good.
just say, that devastating, I saw, because I know your DJ.
Yeah.
And he told me about it, and I was devastated.
Nah, man.
Cut his hair.
Gone, man. I still got my strength. You know what I mean?
Still got an African spirit, right?
Yeah, man. I still got my strength, man. I'm not like Samson from the Bible, man. I got God in my heart for rules. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, Skepta, the remix, Bad Boy, what do you take on all that?
I love it. I love what Skepta's doing. I love what Boy Better Know is doing. Like, I love so many people in the scene and what they're about and how they're pushing it forward. And you know what I mean? Like when Skepta done that track with P Diddy and the way he went back and forth. And P Diddy is a massive legend. And for him to recognise grime as an art form and to draw from a man like Skepta who's been working hard for years, he's supposed to show that to all the youths out there that hard work pays off. You know what I mean? A lot of people pay a lot of money to have P Diddy appear at their parties. I mean, this guy's on a track with him, going back and forth like he's in Sidewinder. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean, big up to Skepta, big up to the whole UK movement and everybody that's doing that UK-US collaboration.
Okay, thank you so much for
I'm not going to man. Thanks for having me, man.
See you the next one in September, the next MMA.
I'll be here.
Alright, lovely. Thank you, darling. Can you say one more thing? Can you say I rep that? Just say I'm Sway and I rep that.
I'm scared of people, this is the one and only Sway and I rep that.
We got the Platinum Tears.
Platinum Tears.
Yeah, Bandogs is the cap that I train with. We've not long started, to be honest with you. The fighters that we train with, we've been about for quite a few years, but it's a new team that we've formed together. Like a few of the fighters just put together.
So, which fighters have you recognized?
Tom Dixon, Alex Harvey, Michael Brown. Later on, Tom Dixon is fighting again, and also Jermaine Facey as well. What we do, we take people from scratch, we train them in jiu-jitsu, we train them in Muay Thai, train them in boxing and in wrestling. So basically, those are all that you need ground elements that you need to stand up in the ring to do this sort of event. So we start off at the beginning, fitness is a must. So you've got a lot of running, a lot of cardio, a lot of exercises and like stuff to make you physically strong. So maybe a few weights, kettlebells and stuff like that as well.
And with regards to diet, is it like a lot of protein or
everybody's different, okay, but the most thing that you need to do is nutrition is key, okay, so basically you have to make sure that you put your vegetables in there, try not to eat fatty foods, so everything you eat basically grilled and stuff like that. A step forward. I mean, like most of the for me, when I was growing up, football was totally nothing. I mean, you had a few clubs and everything, but it was nothing big. So we're trying to find a way out there so that people don't go on the street after they finish work or school or whatnot. They just they go and train. By the time they leave, they're too tired to go and get to the club. You know what I mean? They're gonna go home to their bed and fuck that's their day time. You know what I mean? It is where it is. I mean, like some people see the sport as violent, but it is organised. There are discipline, there is safety aspects, as you can see. I know you've been watching the football fight today, so you see that the referees are there to make sure that everything is safe and that there's no injuries. If it looks like the person's not defending themselves, they come in. So it is a hard sport to get into, but we are thinking about the same thing that people are taking part.
So for anyone interested in coming to you guys for training, to become MMA,
there is loads of places that you first of all need to see what's available in your area, okay? What I'm going to do, obviously, I've got to rep myself and I've got to rep my camp, so Bandogs, we're up in London Bridge, we're up there, Bandogs.
Bandogs, MMA!
We're up there, up up London Bridge all week long from Monday to Friday in the evenings. We've got loads of other schools about. We've got a Facebook page, so you can join the Facebook group. Yeah, we're all about that, yeah. So just come down, you can come down and have a look. If you like it, that's fun.
Did you get a free trial lesson, or is it something you got to pay for the first time?
Well, basically, it speaks for itself. You come down there, you don't have to necessarily train the first day. You can come down and have a watch, okay? When you come down, speak to the guys. I'm sure that we can sort something out, okay? The rest saying that you can't get it for free, but you know, everybody's got to make it.
Yeah.
Some more fights tonight, so Jermaine Faith, see you later on, and those sort of techniques. Okay, so look out for those. Keep it up, and we're repping them, so I hope you rep them as well, okay? Couple easy steps, yeah? Diet, yeah? Wheat tends to bloat people, yeah? So you have to try and eat as little amount of wheat as you can, yeah? Eat salads, drink loads of water, yeah, to wash out the system. Yes, it's all boring stuff. Sit-ups, you've got how many ranges of sit-ups? There's no easy way to do it, okay? It takes work. Everything you do takes work.
You tracking today, and should I ask?
What I do when I come to fights, I look at the fighters very carefully as they're going up into the ring. I try and, as a fighter myself, I try and feel what's going on with them. So from that, I kind of can see which fighters really focus, which fighters really, and obviously you can get as much as you can there, but when the fight begins, for me it's all about that for me. I enjoy watching, I enjoy seeing the spirits pitting against each other, and these guys trying to find the wisdom and the mindset to overcome another individual, and just the whole mental thing that I love going on in fighting. And a lot of people don't recognise how really top quality that is. They think it's just two guys going there and it's a bloodbath and they look visual, but there's a lot going on inside.
Well, this is the thing, it's my first time learning MMA, and the discipline, that's one thing I've taken away from this, is the discipline in these guys. Mentally,
there you go.
Is a different level.
You see my man getting choked out and he had to stay calm, he had to not panic, and above all, keep believing that he's got this. And he proved it, man. Perfect example, top quality fighting, what he does, and you can't tell me that fighter separates himself from the ring and his character is different from how he is in the ring. No, in life that character will show itself. We need to have those characteristics, and doing training and building yourself as a fighter gives that to you.
This is one of my favourite people. One of my favourite people.
One of my favourite now.
He's doing in the community, he will always see inspiring. Always support. Facebook. What's the Facebook name for people that don't know?
Oh, they can join the group Kyan Prince Foundation. You know, ask questions, see what we're up to. The website www.kyan.org. Try and support us on there, donate. It's all about the community. We're not trying to get all this government because we don't want to be controlled by what's going on with the government. We want to have the ability to go and teach the kids the way we know they need to be taught from individuals that have experienced going wrong and making it right, fixing up their self, and then those are the best people to teach the children because they live them. My name is Mark Prince and I'm rep now.
Oh, thank you.
We got the platinum tears.
Platinum tears.
What's going on, people? This is the one and only Swing, and I rep now.